Eternal, much stronger on the second run.
I still wonder when we're going to see that traditional lineup of Byron healing a Pearl to the enemy side.
Yeah.
I feel like we see that quite a lot. Looks like the combo is more often actually the Crow being healed up because he just does a lot of stuff. That's the highest priority brawler on your team. As long as Pearl can keep that lane at a stalemate on the left side, then she's kind of winning. But you see the same dynamic that I pointed out earlier, that a lot of times Pearl, her objective is to survive, and then she survives, she outlives her own teammates, and she's not going to win the 1v3 or a 1v2 or whatever she may be.
Well, we have a nest egg there. You'll notice it's placed such that OLIMPO squad will be punished for over-pushing in Eternal's direction, but OLIMPO squad seem confident to play this diagonal. Meliodas, though, wants to get a bit further forward. Brabao as well can control those chokes to some degree. Jubileo takes a hit there, and they're going to be ticking down with some damage for a time. Overcooked should be available yet again for the Pearl. Meliodas wants to get aggressive. The damage is pretty extreme when you have high heat, and Jubileo's just found that out the hard way.
Nicely done for Meliodas, though. He's on the profiting end of that interaction. It's a 3v2, and make that a 3v1. OLIMPO squad at this point are just focused on getting the supers that they want. One for Meliodas would be pretty good, but it's on Motep's terms. He gets to walk into the poison and bring this to the next round. Eternal 1 round away from losing this set. The opposite goes for OLIMPO's squad. They're 1 round away from winning things, getting the advantage over the team that beat them in the last monthly final.
Dolman here as well, just wants to cheekily poke in some of this damage. Pro attack range is really easy to underestimate. Here's Motep, bubbling himself. Meliodas really unbothered by it. Gets a bunch of damage in the Gus's direction. This should result in some map control, or at least the opportunity for Meliodas to come forward. So using heat means that he doesn't have access to that damage reduction or that heat shield, but that'll become available to Meliodas soon enough. It's similar to the Kenji star power in a way, like really lets you stave off those hits and lets you gain some space. Here's Brabao with a hypercharge pop. What's going to be the play? He's going to try and get a super behind these walls, potentially. No, in fact, just uses it on Golden. And he needs to keep himself in the game. Very, very low is this Byron, and that's map control being given up as a result of the damage taken by OLIMPO squad.
Golden's one shot right now, pops a shield, but still Motep is able to only trade with him on the left side. Profiting interaction for Eternal. They survive this round. It comes down to one crucial round. Be careful. You've only got 1 life left. Meliodas managed to get his super off of all that, so it makes an easier rollout for him, but the windup on that super is so long that, honestly, I don't know if it really helped him that much. At least they'll have an easier retreat, but generally speaking, retreating is the last thing that you want to have to do. Hypercharge popped for Cow ABR, gets him the guaranteed mark onto Meliodas, which is pretty much the best thing that he could have asked for right now. Sets him up to be a ripe target for anyone on Eternal.
Yeah, you just don't have that innate tankiness that you are trying to abuse as the Pearl, even if, like I said, your shield does give you a damage reduction. You don't want to run headlong into too much of this damage. Cower, though, takes a pretty generous tap from Meliodas, and Eternal are forced out of the map for the time being. OLIMPO squad don't have the same ability to punish the choke as Eternal do, so the game isn't over necessarily yet, but here's the dive! And what a connection there! Golden sticks the landing and get OLIMPO squad the result they're looking for. Great end to that knockout set.
This is where I'd want to say the scrims don't lie. Oh, hold up. Okay, thank you, Meliodas. It appears he is aware that the score is currently 1-0.
I'm glad we're being updated.
Yeah. Let us know what is on the next time you come on cams. Preferably for OLIMPO squad on the Victor's cam. They're up by 1 set in the series. And this is a pretty good start for them. We also talked about, holy smokes, man's just flexing on us.
That's crazy, man.
I'm completely taken out of it. Like, he's distracting me.
My
Let's look at the replays.
in my Brawlstars tournament has been broken.
Yeah, like the Sigma energy is off the charts. Let's look at some Brawlstars again, folks. This was a really close series. Went down to the final round here in Knockout. OLIMPO squad led off with some pretty serious Pearl gameplay. Eternal fired back in a 2-0 blowout game, only for game number 3 to get pretty close.
And again, Eternal have to fight into the map to abuse just this oppressive Bell and Squeak comp, and they struggle to do that in that last little round. See them here, they're sort of stuck in this top corner of the map, constantly taking ticking damage from either the Crow or the Byron, and also like at risk of getting blown up by Byron's super if they, group up too closely to each other. So I do like the OLIMPO squad composition in the end. It's kind of hard to see how the Pearl is supposed to be the be-all and end-all there and how she's supposed to take over the game, but Meliodas with a really respectable amount of damage and that gadget which can really just force enemies to respect you, play back a little bit longer with that damage that sort of ticks over time. Their comp is really annoying if you, want to soak some hits and play into the map, because obviously they all have ticking damage components. We're heading over the hot zone, though, pretty quickly. We'll have to see if there's more where that came from or the OLIMPO could start to roll these guys. Remember, Eternal stonks down a little bit coming into this weekend because of what happened in the monthly qualifier. The converse is the case for OLIMPO squad, and they will snatch up this EMS who's more often than not banned at the moment.
This is very true. She's just so good for area control. Also note the Poco ban on the opposing side. That EMS is going to be lacking some value. Still going to be useful for anti-tank. BB is in the mix because that bull is banned by Eternal. It was one of their global bans. Now note though that EMS just a great way to deal with BB. Like BB has a lot of momentum. Guess what EMS does? She slows people down. Yep. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now you're kind of lacking. BB wants those walls. Guess what? EMS can shoot through them and slow you down. Now this is interesting. Lou, a really popular pick on Hot Zone. We don't see it as much as we used to. Spike also. That's kind of a weird one to me because I see the idea, right? I see the area control.
Circles. There's a lot of circles here.
I'm seeing that there are a lot of radios.